Welcome to iOS Insights. Today's tutorial is about how to use a list within SwiftUI. Here is the app that we will be building. It enables the user to search for different types of fruits. For example, you can type in banana within the search bar or ban, and then it locates banana. You can type in apple, and then it will filter on apple. And it also enables the user to select which fruits they like the most by clicking on each fruit on the right hand side, and then you can show the actual selection of your fruits on another screen by clicking on the show selection screen. So this is the app that we will be building. We will now start the tutorial. So the first thing to do within Xcode is to add your fruit images. To do this, just locate some fruits online, or if you have some on your desktop. For example, here I've got some in my images folder. So locate your fruits and then just drag your fruits onto your assets on your left hand side pane. And then now go back into content view. And then now we'll start by declaring our variables. The first variable that we will declare is called fruits. And this is an array. So just type in let fruits equals apple and then for the second fruit just type in banana and orange kiwi mango finally pineapple. As I said before, this is an array of fruits that contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fruits. Now we'll create a fruit image array that includes a reference of all the fruit images. So just type in let fruit images equals open bracket apple, banana, orange and kiwi, or you can just copy what we've done previously. Just copy and paste it and assign it to the fruit images. And now we create another variable called search text. So just type in @state private var search text. string equals comma comma. In SwiftUI, state is a way to declare a variable that can be changed over time, and whenever it changes, SwiftUI will automatically update the UI. For example, if you have a button that changes color when it is tapped, you can use @state to track whether it has been tapped or not and update the color accordingly. Whenever the @state variable changes, SwiftUI will automatically redraw the button with the new color. The next variable we will create is called selected fruits. So just type in @state private var selected fruits open bracket string equals open bracket close bracket. Selected fruits is an array of strings that will include the fruits that was selected by clicking on the right hand side of the list. And the next variable that we will create is called isShowingSelection. So just type in @state private var isShowingSelection equals false. So this variable just indicates whether or not to show the fruit sheet. So the fruit sheet is the actual screen or sheet that displays a list of fruits that was selected by the user. Now what we'll do is create a method. So you just create your method on line 25 or after line 25. Just type in private func do search for fruit string data type open bracket string. Let lowercase search equals fruit dot lowercase. Return fruits dot filter lowercase contains lowercase search. The doSearch method is a method to filter the fruits based on the search text. The search text is something that we'll be implementing later. The fruits variable on line 29, that should have and S at the end. So the next thing we'll do now is go into the VStack on line 19 and then delete everything between line 19 and line 22. And now type in text field search for a fruit. Text $, search text. Dot padding and then dot background color, dot background and then open bracket color, open bracket dot system gray, 5. Then type in dot corner radius, 10. And then dot padding, open bracket horizontal. So between lines 21 to 24, all we've done is style the actual text field and give it some padding and a background color of system gray and a corner radius of 10 to make the edges curvy, so the edges of the actual text field is not sharp. Oh yeah, and we should add a comment as well. Just call this one search text field. The next thing we will do is add a list. So just click on the enter key twice and then type in list, open bracket, search text, is empty, fruits, do search, and then 4, then type in search text, and type in comma, ID, /, dot self, open bracket, fruits, then in, and then now type in hstack, open bracket, image. This is to hold the image of the fruit. Fruits, images, open bracket, fruit, dot first index of colon fruit. Question mark, 0. Dot resizable. Dot frame width. .50, comma, height 50. So all this means is that the height and width of the frame for each of the images will be 50 pixels by 50 pixels. Dot corner radius 10. And curve the images, that's what that means. Then text, open bracket, fruit. So this just displays the fruit name. Spacer, and now type in for comment, type in to do, check mark, icon if the fruit is selected, if the fruit is selected, and then let's type in dot content shape, the rectangle, and type in another comment to do, create on tap gesture to add or remove the fruit from the selected fruit array. And then next, just type in dot list style dot plain and then type in another comment, which is to do, show the selected fruit sheet when the button is tapped. And then a final comment to do button to show the selected fruit sheet. And then now let's run the program and see if it works. Just compiling at the moment. It's not displaying the images. Let's look into that. The reason why it's not showing the fruit images, we forgot to rename the fruits within the assets. So we just start to rename them now. This is a kiwi. So just type in kiwi. And then, so what else do we have? Which fruit is that? Is that pineapple? That's a mango. Orange. I'll just rename it to orange. And pineapple. Let's try and run it again and see if it works. Just compiling at the moment. So it finally works. As you can see, all the fruits, they're displayed within a list. So now let's try to filter on a fruit. Oh yeah, here's a spelling mistake in the search bar, so let's correct that. So that should be fruit, search for a fruit. Let's run it again. So the first fruit we'll search for, let's do orange. As you can see, it filtered on orange. Mango, filters on mango. Pineapple, filters on pineapple. Kiwi, it filters on all of them really. So as you can see, this is the entire source code to do the first part of the tutorial. Next week, we will add the selection functionality to the list to enable the user to select the fruits that they like by ticking on the right hand side of each fruit row and then clicking on a button, and then after that the application will then display another screen, which is a view to display the selected fruits that the user likes or is interested in eating. So in today's tutorial, we discuss creating a basic SwiftUI app to display a list of fruits with search functionality. We started with a simple implementation and gradually adding features such as displaying fruit image. The final implementation includes a search bar that filters the list of fruits based on the user's input and displays the corresponding fruit images using lists in SwiftUI. Today we will focus on selecting data from a list and passing that data to another view. For example, selecting apple and oranges, for example, and then clicking on show selection, we'll pass the two items that we selected to another view. Let's get started with the tutorial. So the first thing we will do is on line 38, add a checkmark icon. The checkmark icon will show if the actual row within the list has been selected or not by displaying a tick. So to do that, just type in if selected fruits dot contains fruit, open bracket. So that line, it just checks if the fruit is in the array of the selected fruits. If it is, display the image, system name, checkmark, dot foreground color, dot blue. So the checkmark will be a blue color, or the tick will be a blue color, which is a checkmark. And then for the on tap gesture, just type in dot on tap gesture if selected fruits dot contains fruit, open bracket, selected fruits equals remove all where $0 is equal to fruit. So what this does is it will add or remove the fruit from the selected fruits array. Else selected fruits dot append fruit. And then on line 56, just enter sheet, open bracket is presented, $, is showing single selection, open bracket. So what this line of code does, it shows the selected fruits sheet when the button has been tapped. Selection view, or let's create the selection view first, makes it a little bit easier. So the selection view can be created here on line 74. So just type in struct selection view let selected fruits bracket string, create a string array. Let fruit images bracket string, create an array of fruit images. Bar body sum view navigation view list open bracket selected fruits id dot cell. So we're just going through the array of fruits and displaying it to the list. Open bracket fruits in hstack open bracket image open bracket fruit images open bracket cell selected fruits first index of fruit question mark 0. This will just display the image of the fruit that was selected. Else the default fruit will be 0 index, as in the first fruit in the array will be the selected fruit if there was some type of error. Dot resizable dot frame width 50 height 50. Set the size of the image. That's what this line does for the fruit image. Dot corner radius is 10. And this just creates like a curvy, smooth like edge. So it's not an edge, it's like a curve on the actual image. So it's not sharp. Just looks nicer that way when you have a corner radius on images or buttons or maybe text fields sometimes. Text open bracket fruit, display the actual fruit name that was selected within the list, and then on line 89 Just type in dot navigation bar title, and just type in selected fruits. And now we'll go back to, which one was it now? I think there's an error on this line here. Equals fruits. Equal fruits. Yeah, so the error, it seems like, is to do the bracketing. So this one should be this bracket, and then one of these brackets here. And that should fix it. And now, on line 57, now we can pass the actual selection that we selected, like the actual fruits. We can pass it to the actual selection view, and then it will be displayed to the screen. So just type in selection view, open bracket, selected fruit, selected fruits, selected fruits. Fruit images, because fruit images, because fruit images. So we're passing the array, which is fruit images, and the selected fruits to the selection view. And then now the next thing we need to do is on line 61, create the actual button that enable us to navigate to the other view. So the button is button action is showing selection equals true, because we want the view to appear. So just let true there. So this variable is showing selection is this variable on line 56. They're both the same variables. And then type a comma here, and then label, then open bracket, and then just type in text, open bracket, comma, comma, show selection, dot font, open bracket, headline, dot foreground, color, dot white, dot padding, dot background color, open bracket, color, blue. Or you can just do dot white if you want to. I mean dot blue without the color. Just a little bit shorter that way, but it's up to you how you want to do it. Dot corner radius, it's 10. then now on line 71, or no, on line 72, just type in dot padding and disable selected fruits is empty. Now we can run the app to see the actual functionality and the input and the output. So now we'll test the application. So we'll select the kiwi and the mango. And now we'll click on Show Selection button. When we click on this, it should pop up with a new view that includes our selection or the choices that we selected as our fruits of interest. And here is our fruits of interest, the kiwi and the mango. I missed something out. It doesn't seem like it's displaying the navigation bar title, so we need to go back to the code and just fix something, because it should be displaying the title here, and the title that should be displayed is selected fruits at the top here. So I just stopped the simulator and try to fix the error. So it seems like the issue is to do line 99. The dot navigation bar, this should be on line 98. So if we just cut it and place it on line 98 here, and let's try to run it again. And now the title of selected fruits should be displayed within the navigation bar title. So I'll select kiwi and mango again as the selected fruits. Click on Show Selection button. And now you can see that the two fruits have been passed from one view to another. And you can also do some filtering if you want to. B for banana, A for apple or pineapple. In conclusion, this tutorial demonstrates how to build a simple yet functional app using SwiftUI. It starts with a basic implementation of displaying a list of fruits and gradually adding features like search functionality and displaying fruit images. The final implementation includes a custom view called Selection View that displays the selected fruits of interest. We have now reached the end of the tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content.